Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And here we go. The Super Bowl of Madden Ultimate Team is underway. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it looked like he was able to get it back. So a big sigh of relief there, as that would have been a disastrous way to start this ball game. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On first down, it's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
He'll tuck it and run. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Toss play to Lynch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Stafford on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing again at Stafford. His throw caught right around the 6. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Here's Stafford now on second down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's third and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
Mike Nugent now to line up for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
I don't know who exactly made the call. Was it the special teams coach? But it had to be okayed by the head coach. Gutsy call, fake field goal that results in a touchdown. A terrific play.
And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now Brady throwing on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Throwing is Brady on third down. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Anytime you call man coverage against Larry Fitzgerald, you're really holding your breath as a defensive guy, because his ability to run such precise routes and use that big frame that he has, that body against you, it's going to be very difficult to break passes up against him.
Yeah, when you make 9 Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yeah, it's not just athletic ability. He's a thinking man's receiver as well.
Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing on first down is Brady. That is caught. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Now Brady again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And not great starting field position here for the offense. After the interception, here's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. And the blitz was on there, able to get in the backfield from the linebacker spot and get him 2 points.
Brandon, we know a defensive coordinator right now who's looking for a raise. He had that dialed in perfectly, didn't he? The perfect blitz at the perfect time, 2 points for his team. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. Give him 27 yards that time. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. On 1st down, Brady. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Larry Fitzgerald, 27 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return will stop right around the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a first down throw. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up in an offset eye. Brady to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before half for Brady. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. From midfield, here's Brady. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So another snag for Fitzgerald, who in 2015 became the youngest player at age 32 to hit 1,000 receptions. He's piling up some more.
Well, the way he's playing today, it's almost like he's trying to get a second 1,000 just in one contest. And when they're operating this well and clicking like that, well, that's a big reason why they're winning the game.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Play clock winding down. Brady now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Brady, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Again, it's Brady. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Their dangerous wide receiver from 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Brady's going to look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, All that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. Third down here. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He's got time. He's got the hook up with Conley. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Caught here by Conley. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 34 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receiver.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Here's Stafford now on second down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Jack Doyle, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
That's up and good. It's 22-14. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. On the return, here's Tyler Varga. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Brady now on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First down, Stafford here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 13 on the pickup there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marshawn Lynch from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And now a first down following that long gain. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. He's back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense. 1
score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 54 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Odell Beckham in the final minute. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the fourth.
So many practices we've watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And he can't get a throw-off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones maybe you bring...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Madison. And they will take over